I am so sick of these spammers, hackers, and scammers.
Yeah, that's why the biggest companies in the world now, companies like Slack, like Google, like Amazon, like Dropbox, any of these tools, this is the number one reason why these companies are SOC 2 and are focused on cybersecurity, just because data has become kind of the new oil, the new gold out there. And so you think about it, people that are working with these services, they want to make sure that their data is going to be secure. There's significant privacy and implications that can come from it. You were just talking about the scammers and the scammers and spammers. It's crazy the number of text messages. These are all phishing expeditions. And in fact, we just went, in our world, in the software world, the most important thing to our customers that we work with, big and small, is to make sure that precious resource, their data, it's the most important thing to their business in a lot of ways, can't be compromised, can't, have any issues, because they're going to lose their customers if that happens. And so over the last year and almost $100,000, we decided that it had to be just as important to us as it was those really large companies. And so I'm proud to say that we are now a SOC 2 certified company. We really took a step back and understood how the scamming and the spamming game is kind of picking up, and it's going to get more sophisticated as these elements become more valuable to people. And so the SOC 2 certification, listen, it's the most stringent thing that we've gone through. We're a small company, so to go through this was a huge lift. We didn't have a lot of the infrastructure and people to do a lot of the things that typical companies have, but our team kind of dove in and understood the implications that this could have for us, and what it shows to our customers too, what it signifies and symbolizes and signals to our customers. Enhanced data security, regulatory compliance. There's certain industries like healthcare and financial services that you have to be SOC 2 certified in order to even work in those industries. Well, guess what? Crazy as it works, we just become SOC 2 certified, and all of a sudden, opportunities in those fields have presented themselves to us. Trust and reputation. When you're able to put that symbol, that tag on your website, man, it just means everything for big companies. It's almost like they can take a deep breath and know that this is going to be handled properly, because when you work with big companies and you're a tech company and you're small, this is the hardest part to get in the door with them, is to have that same commitment, that they know that you have that commitment to protecting their customers. Business continuity. In this agreement, this cybersecurity SOC 2 agreement, it also provides for disaster recovery. And if there's some kind of major event that happens, that your business won't be interrupted. Big companies can't afford to be down for a second or a minute, much less an hour or a day. So built into this SOC 2 is this business continuity. And then, from a SOC 2 company, if you think about it, every time we would work with a big company, we would get this 100-page document that we had to fill out, checking all these different things from a risk management risk. They needed to understand who you were as a company. Now with this certification and this stamp of approval, now from a vendor risk standpoint, companies now can just understand and know that a third party has verified that our company is holding up to the latest and greatest privacy and security measurements, both internally and externally, whether it's on our server side or whether it's employees being trained properly to make sure that they're not looking at phishing emails, and understanding the way the cyber crimes and the cybersecurity work out there. So, I'm super proud. Our team did a great job getting to this, and the doors that are opening are substantial. So, hey, if you're a business that's thinking about using a software and you're going to be giving it your data, it's important that you look and make sure that they have this type of certification. If not, we do. And listen, if you're a customer, know that you should be also adhering to the latest privacy and data things. This is the future. People's data is the new oil and the new gold. You want to make sure that, hey, if you're using a system like ours, you can tell your customers with assurance that, hey, we're a SOC 2, we use SOC 2 compliant companies, which is going to make your customers feel safe about where they're placing their data and who they're doing business with.
Absolutely. And this was no easy task. So
our
whole team, we're so proud that we got this certification, because it took everybody on every level in every position to go through this education course and really learn about how to keep yourself protected, our team protected, and our company protected. And I've learned a whole lot more about phishing, scammers, hackers, the dark web, and everything. So I'm like happy that we went through this, because now I feel like even my personal data for myself is going to be better protected, because now I've learned how to avoid these things. So yeah, I think that this is something super valuable for people to learn about, and how they can start maybe getting this for their company.
Absolutely.
Yeah, something that really excites me about this too, it's not just the fact that we did it for our current customers, but it's just like with, Sean's always forward thinking. We really believe that what we're providing and what we're about to provide in the future is going to be life-changing for so many companies and so many levels, that we are going to be the shit that handles a lot of data for a lot of companies, small and, huge. And to have the SOC 2 certification, it's just a testament to where we are, even as we're just getting started, to have this now, to be on that level as a playing field as the big guys. We're talking about Amazon, we're talking about Salesforce, we're talking about the biggest of the big, the top of the lips of everybody's name. We are SOC 2 certified just like they are. I mean, this is the highest level of security that any business can have, and kudos to Sean to take this step out and say, hey, look, we're going to make that financial commitment. We're going to make that time commitment for my team, for everybody around us, to understand how important it is. And he sat us all down and said, look, we're going to do this. It is going to be a pain in the ass, but we're going to do it because of what it means to the team. And everybody dove in. Everybody was excited about it. And to finally get through this, to be able to say we're SOC 2 certified, it's a big deal. We're excited. So great job, Sean.
Yeah, well, listen, man, this is what sometimes you got to pay to get a seat at the table. And that's basically what we did with this, is that we said, hey, we're going to pony up, because this kind of separates the haves from the have-nots, right? So we just jumped in and said, you know what? We can see how this is going to be so beneficial to us. And it got us a seat at tables that we typically couldn't get a seat at, because when you lead with that, now they're forgetting because for big companies, what we found is the single most important thing they're concerned with when they're picking a vendor is their data going to be safe and secure. So think about it from their mindset. That's always the thing in the back of their head. They're lawyers and compliance and these things. Now all of a sudden, that you already have a company that's doing this. The sales process just is so much easier, because you're playing from the foundation, which is keeping my data secure. We're playing from the same field. We're singing from the same song. So now the rest of it, now we can focus on the value of the product and how it's going to help their business, and we don't have to get way down with the minutia. Is your system going to keep our data secure? So really, it's about paying for a seat at the table. You get into these conversations now in a different way than if you're not SOC 2 certified. It's almost like when you're begging, you're pleading, you're having to maybe sacrifice your sales process and not go in with as strong of a hand, because at some point this is going to come up and it's a weak spot for you. So we talk about it all the time. The best defense is a good offense. If you believe in what you're doing, you know what the steps you need to take. Listen, I'm mad that I didn't do it prior to this, because we went through 10, 12 years of looking at these documents and pulling our hair out. And sometimes it just takes a little bit to give you the courage to leap. I'm glad we did, and I encourage others to do the same thing.